May 14th, 2024, this came out. Man wanted for releasing his bodily fluids on a Whole Foods shopper arrested. Let me repeat, bodily fluids. What sicko, what scumbag, what sexual predator thinks that that's normal? Is that normal, people? To expose yourself and, releasing. See how they make it so politically correct, so polite? And you know what? Man, out of all these stories, we're going to say it. Out of all these stories, they're going to do two things. One, are they going to mention race? One, are they going to label this or any of these as a hate crime? One, are they going to mention race? Two, are they going to label any of these as a hate crime? So again, man, oh, Triple D, you probably have a mugshot. Yeah, I don't care. Because if somebody doesn't click on the link, or if someone searches for a story or finds a story like this and they share the link, they don't get this guy's mugshot. This guy can identify as white. We've got people we've got M&Ms everywhere with Kit Kats and chocolate bars. You know what I mean? We've got people dressing up as furries and men identifying as women and women identifying as men and animals. And so again, like, what is this guy? He's black. How hard is it to say he's black? If this guy was white, how hard is it to say he's white? Oh, definitely it'd be not very hard for our lovely Lion Media to say if this guy was white, that he's whitey white. But look at this black man wanted for releasing his bodily fluids on Whole Foods shopper arrested. I think this woman was white. I haven't seen the video. I'm not going to really read too much into it, but look at this. So police have made an arrest on a disturbing case. Yeah, it's absolutely disturbing. 40,000 white women are raped by black men every year. That's 109 white women raped by black men every day. Under 3, single digits, under 3 white on black rapes occur every year. Yeah, I think there's a huge problem going on, people. So a disturbing case. Yeah, disturbing case. A woman shopping at the grocery store located at 5001 Peachtree Boulevard. Ain't that a peach? Ain't a peach. Boulevard near Claremont, Road. Stranger ejaculated on her. Let me repeat. The stranger ejaculated on her. Ain't that a peach? I see this quote. Look at this. What would you say there, Clash? Did you see the funny video of the teen that offered himself showing what a gangsta he was? No, I didn't see that one, Clash. I didn't see that one. Definitely share the link. But look at, here's what the victim stated. I see this gentleman walking down the aisle who's pretending to be shopping, and he's holding a basket. Maybe he's looking to rob and loot something. Who knows? How many videos have we seen like that? Actually, we're going to cover a couple videos just like that. I think one. Lululemon, I believe. And he looked kind of like a normal gentleman. Oh yeah, now they gotta praise him. He kind of looked like his late 20s, early 30s. Nothing like extra suspicious about him. No, because he's black, right? No. He's just hanging around the grocery store. No food or no items in his freaking carrier. Who knows? Maybe he just started shopping. Triple D, shut up. Okay, maybe, but a little suspicious. Okay, Dr. Sabine Lovell. Oh, maybe she's Jewish. Who knows? Anyway, we'll just leave it at that. We got an innocent female who's being sexually preyed upon. People, this woman was black. It'd be the same thing. Another black sexual predator prowling and sexually hunting for another victim. A plastic surgeon recounted Fox 5 after the incident. I bent over to grab chips, and I was doing that. As I was doing that, I felt something like wet and warm on my back. I put my hand on the small of my back, and then I saw that it was like this gooey white substance. And I turned around and I see this guy looking at me. Then he zips his pants up. You can't make this crap up, people. Well, you probably can. I don't know how many stories I've covered, and I'm so sick of it. I could do just a show on black sexual predators. Right now, I'm sitting on over 800 in one folder right now. Over 800 in one folder right now. If you have not checked out my black sexual predators on Rumble, they're disturbing, they're disgusting, they're despicable. There's another Triple D. But they need to be shared. Again, just like the crime stat numbers we originally just covered, everyone says, oh, white man's bad, white people are the problem people, all they do is commit crime, yes, no, shame, Mr. White Man, shame, Mrs. White Woman. You people are the devils. How many times you heard black people say that? All the time, man. But they never call out their own like this. They'll never call out. It's like even posting 20, 40,000 white women are raped by black men every year. I post that on certain articles and stuff, man. And all they do is just basically they ignore, just like going back, they ignore those white female victims. They say, oh, they wanted it. I'm not joking, people. They say that they wanted it. White women are always have been liars. Okay? And they say it's a blatant lie. Because all white women and white people do is lie. You know, but they never say, oh, you know what, that's horrible, Triple D. A black man or a black channel will not say, oh my God, that's horrible. You won't find it. You'll never find Black America call out Black American criminals. You know why? Because the heroes in the black communities are black criminals. What's up, White is Right? What's going on, buddy? Welcome. And it's sickening. This is where you know, again, there's a line divided in the sand that you know how much not only black people hate white people, but they never will be in solidarity with white people. And it just shows out there. It just shows on everything, from the crimes being committed into the systems being destroyed. Look at the last 4 years with Black Lives Matter burning the freaking country to the ground, people. All they do is blame white people for everything. They talk about colonizers. They talk about enslavers. They talk about 400 years of slavery. You know what I mean? It's like, do these black people not understand that it was the white man who ended slavery? Do they not want to thank a white man from past generations, from their forefathers who fought to free all people, including black people? Do they not want to talk about France and England, who basically made it criminal and made to end slavery? They don't want to talk about Egyptians were slaves, or Irish were slaves, or Europeans were slaves by the Ottoman Empire. Right now, there's still freaking slavery. 10 plus million slaves in Africa, in the continent of Africa, enslaving black Africans. Black Africans enslaving other black Africans. And Arabs also, Northern Africa. You have all the Arabs in there. Why is half of Africa predominantly speaking Arabic? And they're Arab, like Moroccans and Libyans and Tanzania. You know what I mean? It's like, because they were invaded by the freaking Middle Eastern Ottoman Empire, by the Turks. But they never talk about that. They don't talk about the European slave trade. They don't talk about the sub-Saharan slave trade. They just talk about the Atlantic slave trade. And slavery is wrong, people. No person should be subjected to that. Yes, we can agree upon that. But right now, are you listening? Right now, there are 10 plus million black slaves enslaved by other black Africans in Africa. Nobody talks about it. But they stir shit on the white man. They don't thank the white man. They shit on the white man. They rape their women every goddamn year. The interracial homicides, 2023, my man, National Conservative, big shout out to him. He does a lot of work with American Renaissance. You know what? He talks about 2023 homicides, man. There were over 600 last year that are victimization documented that we could find. So over 600 black on white homicides. Okay? White on black, under 100. Again, population size, people. 220 million to freaking 42 million. If we did the numbers to dissect that, blacks are probably killing white people astronomically. You couldn't even touch it. You wouldn't know what to do about it. You'd be googly eyes. That's how bad it is, man. And when you tell Black America that this scumbag here is filth and he's wrong and he needs to freaking be thrown and locked away, even maybe furthermore, maybe worse. Again, you know how I feel about women and children when it comes to sexual harm. Even worse, they call you a racist. They call you a white supremacist. Which I don't care, because those are just names. Call me whatever you want. But no one speaks for white America. Nobody talks and shames and blames their own people. They don't do it. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling on. But you know, you get heated for this. This is where it's an opportunity to speak. This is where it's an opportunity to show the frustration. We are exhausted, people. Are you not exhausted? How Black America continuously destroys America? Whether you like the country or not. Whether you like the systems or the powers to be that are in place now or not. Or in the past or not. How nice would it be to walk out your front door, whether you're in an apartment, condo, house, you got a nice property out in the woods, maybe up in the mountains, maybe you're a city lover, maybe you live in the city. How nice would it be to walk outside your freaking door and not be blamed for something that you're not because of the color of your skin? How nice would it be to not be attacked or have to worry about your kids learning rhetoric, certain ideologies in the school or classrooms from people who hate you? They want to destroy the system that's in place. They want to shame you. They want to blame you. They want to attack you verbally, mentally, physically, sexually. You and your people. How nice would it be to walk outside the door? We always hear about LeBron James, that freaking scumbag POS. All he does is talk about how black men are always being hunted down by the police when they walk outside the door. Well, you know why they're being hunted by the police when they're walking outside the freaking door? Because they're probably freaking selling drugs or committing a crime or about to commit a crime. Why almost 60% of the United States incarceration rate is from people like this. Remember, 42 million people. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It just never ends. So this guy basically jacked off. He masturbated in a public place. Imagine you're shopping with your family, with your loved ones, your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, and you see this black SOB masturbating, fully exposed with his genitalia out, masturbates on a freaking female while she's shopping, innocently shopping. This is what I'm saying. When you walk out your front door, don't tell you that I didn't tell you so, because you didn't speak up. Once we lose our voice, it's over. We already know about censorship. X is already starting to do that stuff for me. What else is new, right? Again, never use the N-word, never promoted prejudice, no intent to threat, nothing, right? They're like, oh, you're hurting black people's feelings because you're calling out black criminals by saying 20 to 40,000 white women are raped by black men, or 800,000 white on black crimes are committed every year. That's 2,191 white victims due to black crime every freaking goddamn day, people. Now, you can't say that. Don't call out these people. No. They're the victims. Not your white neighbor who was basically blunted and basically shot and home invaded. Or maybe, you know, the neighborhood down the block. You had another white victim that was carjacked by a bunch of teens that they don't want to report. Let's check it out. We begin
tonight with that disturbing story in Chambly, and we do want to warn viewers, the details may be considered graphic. Good evening, I'm Russ Spence.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Chambly police say a man is accused of performing a sex act on himself and leaving bodily fluids on a woman at Whole Foods.
Well, Fox 5's Mary Smith is live outside Chambly Police headquarters after speaking with the victim tonight. Mary?
Yeah, that's right. The victim says this happened during what was supposed to be a routine trip to Whole Foods, but the unthinkable happened. Horrified and enraged. Just no words. Disgusted.
Dr. Sabine Lovell, a plastic surgeon here in Metro Atlanta, is still processing what happened to her during a trip to this Whole Foods on Peachtree Boulevard in Chambly Saturday.
I was going to pick up a couple things. I see this gentleman walking down the aisle who's pretending to be shopping, and he's holding a basket. And he looked kind of like a normal gentleman, like late 20s, early 30s, nothing like extra suspicious about him.
She says she then reached for a bag of chips, but felt something on her back.
So I bent over to grab the chips, and as I was doing that, I felt something like wet and warm on my back. And so I put my hand on the small of my back, and then I saw that it was like this gooey, white substance, and I turn around and I see this guy looking at me, and then he zips his pants up.
Lovell tells Fox 5 once she realized what happened, she chased the man before calling police.
I wanted to draw as much attention as possible to the situation so that there would be a lot of witnesses.
Chambly police say a witness saw the man drive off in a black Kia. Investigators tell Fox 5 they identified a person of interest, and the investigation is ongoing.
This was broad daylight on a Saturday. I'm sure he's done this before, or this could escalate to something more like rape or murder. So I want to make sure that this goes on his record and it follows him.
And a spokesperson with Whole Foods says that they are cooperating with the police investigation.